Dyson Daniels, Zaccarie Risacher, Kristaps Porzingis, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Caleb Houston, Mo Gay, V. Krejci, and Nikola Jersic. What do all of these 8 players have in common? They all play international basketball, and I think just about 4 or 5 of them are currently playing Euro basketball as we speak right now. And just to be honest, what we just saw will unlock the Atlanta Hawks this upcoming season, because the list of those guys, in my honest opinion, are going to boost the Atlanta Hawks up to another level. As you can look across the entire NBA landscape, most teams have at least 2 or 3 players that either play for another club overseas, possibly in Serbia or whatnot. Most of these teams in the NBA have an international player playing for them. I remember a time when there wasn't much like that, but now the NBA is different. And I'm telling you right now, I think it's opportunistic. It's so many good adjectives that go along with this, because the Atlanta Hawks, they have 8 guys that play international basketball. And our very own Zaccharie Risacher just shut it down. Well, I ain't gonna say shut it down, but he definitely had a great showing, a dominant showing in EuroLeague basketball. I think recording 14 points, 5 rebounds. Let me pull it up real quick. Yeah, 14 points, 5 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 assist. And this was all in 17 minutes. Zaccharie Risacher definitely made some noise at that time. And I want you guys to make some noise as I welcome you guys into the show. What's going on, everybody? My name is Walter Pollard. This is Atlanta Hawks Digest. And we are just getting underway because, again, news has come out that, Zaccharie Risacher definitely had a good showing, a stellar showing during a EuroLeague performance against Greece. Giannis and company, Giannis Antetokounmpo and company, of course. Zaccharie Risacher definitely had a good showing versus this team. 14 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. Again, just a very good job. And in very little time. 17 minutes, this guy was able to do just that. And again, I feel as though that is a small sample size of what the Atlanta Hawks are going to be able to get as we go on further in the season. Now, before we go any further, I want to just thank everybody that has liked and subscribed our page. Right now, we're steady at 2,600, 2,653. Yeah, 2,653 to be exact. Definitely appreciate you guys. Definitely, viewing our content. Again, to all of you guys that have not subscribed, that is fine. I'm not tripping on that. Would definitely love to see you guys hit the subscribe button. But also, while you're, taking your time and thinking about it, continue to comment, continue to like, share, and subscribe. Again, myself, Chris Tipmore, and everybody over at Digest Media, we're doing the best that we can to give you guys as much good content as possible. Reputable content, you dig what I'm saying? Integrous content. We're not just throwing out gossip columns and, things that'll make you guys argue in the comments. No, we like clear, concise, thought out comments, and I do get a lot of that from you guys in the comment section. So definitely thank you all for that, because this is greatly appreciated. And again, we're less than a month away from training camp. I think about a month and a half away from the start of the season. Or 2 months. I'll say 2 months. 2 months away from the start of the season. It starts around late October. So definitely excited for that. And again, we're talking about Zaccharie Risacher and his performance in, the EuroLeague, what he's been doing. And again, I've pointed it out that, majority of teams in the NBA do boast at least 2 or 3 guys on the that are playing international ball somewhere other than here, probably from their hometown, I guess, or home country for sure. And I can just reel it off again. I think the Hawks have about 8 or 9 guys that play overseas. Dyson Daniels, Australia, Zaccharie Risacher for France, Kristaps Porzingis for Latvia, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, for Canada. Him and Caleb Houston are both playing at Canada. Mohamed Gay, he plays for Senegal. V. Krejci for Chechnya, and Nikola Jersic for Serbia. So again, I'm not saying that this is something that all good teams in the NBA must have in order to, be a competitive team or whatnot. But I will go so far as saying that most of the competitive teams do have an international player either at the helm or someone that is extremely contributing towards the team. I mean, you could just look at the last few champions and MVPs, and I'm almost for certain you can definitely trace them back to another country. I'm trying to get his name, but of course, from Serbia, he plays for the Nuggets. You know what I mean? He is Nikola. I'll just go with Nikola. I'm trying to say his name. I'm bad with names sometimes. But Nikola Jokic, of course, he's one of them for Serbia. I'm trying to reel off a lot of these names, but if they ain't the Hawks, I'm really not interested, to be completely honest. But I'm pointing out that, international basketball, it has become what basketball is. At one point, it was just an American sport, but now it is just nothing but basketball. But, of course, as we move along really quickly, just pointing out the performance that Zaccharie Risacher has definitely had in the EuroLeagues, what he's done. For France, again, 14 points in 17 minutes is definitely hard to come by. But just watching how he's done this, and again, he had to do this against Giannis. He had to play specifically against Giannis, mainly because you have a few key guys for France that weren't even there or not taking part in EuroLeague basketball right now. They're more so focused on the NBA season, two of which due to injury, and I'm talking about Rudy Gobert and Victor Wembanyama. Of course, those were two of the bigger names that were noticeably not there. And so, of course, and I'm not going over France, I'm not going over that game, but just pointing out the situation at hand, be that Zaccharie Risacher had to step up. And he had to play the power forward position, mainly because Rudy Gobert, Victor Wembanyama, and Moussa Diabate. Y'all got to help me with the name, but he's not playing either. All three of those guys who normally do play for France, they're not doing it, of course, because two dealing with injury, which is Victor Wembanyama and Rudy Gobert, and the other gentleman, he declined mainly because he wanted to focus on the upcoming season with the Charlotte Hornets. Yeah, I'm going to just leave that there for you guys. But again, Zaccharie Risacher had to spend a lot of his time at the power forward position, guarding not Victor Wembanyama, but guarding Giannis Antetokounmpo, having to just extend himself in a different way. And you can even see it here where, again, he was able to play the pick and roll and the screens very well, guarding the down man and then creating the steal. That was the one steal that Zaccharie Risacher did have. But again, putting him in some pick and roll plays and some pick and roll situations, he showed himself to be very, very good in those situations. And I can only say that this would be a prerequisite for what we see next season. And just to show you guys some of the let me see if I got it here. Yeah. So they asked Zaccharie Risacher just about his performance and how he feels about his game. And, just so that he can elaborate a bit more, because, again, he's coming into a season where this is his second year with the Atlanta Hawks. We've seen some advancement in his game. And this is just what he says. I want to be more comfortable with my ball handling skills. It's another part of my game. I want to improve being able to get to my spots and be efficient with the ball in my hands, so I don't have to wait until someone gives me the ball. And last season, we know, yes, Trae Young is the NBA leader in assists, and of course, mainly in part, he was definitely delivering the ball to this young man. But it's good to hear that he wants to take more control or have more of a presence for the Atlanta, well, not just for the Atlanta Hawks, but in his overall game. I want to be able to create opportunities to score, or when there isn't any playmaking, still make something happen. I think that's the next step for me, being more comfortable with the ball in my hands. I think they went on further and asked him about Dyson Daniels. And of course, he's another player that is playing international ball for Australia. He went on to say Dyson is really good. He's a really good player. and a really good friend too. I feel like he improved a lot last season. It was great to play with him, and he's somebody you can watch and learn from. He's really cool. He's really good. And again, just going back to what we see here, this could, in my honest opinion, point out that these Atlanta Hawks are going to be something serious next season. Again, going back through the list of guys that are already playing European ball. I'm not saying that, European players or overseas players entitles the Atlanta Hawks to a championship or even a deep playoff run. But when you look at the list and you look at the landscape of the NBA currently, I'm just saying, you call a spade a spade. Dyson Daniels for Australia, Zaccarie Risacher for France, Kristaps Porzingis for Latvia, Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Caleb Houston for Canada, Mo Gay for Senegal, V. Krejci for Chechnya, and Nikola Jersic for Serbia. When Bogdanović was here, he played for Serbia as well. So I'm just, listen, take from this what you want. You can agree or disagree with me, but just think about this for just a second. These Atlanta Hawks could be serious. And a lot of these guys are going overseas, playing with these other players, learning their techniques, learning what they're going to do. I feel as though the Hawks are going to be on another level next season. And granted, this is going to be in an NBA where every team has at least one or two players playing internationally. But you don't have to take my advice for it. Just see for yourself this upcoming season. Again, these Atlanta Hawks, there's something to deal with. My name is Walter Pollard, not Atlanta. My name is Walter Pollard. This is Atlanta Hawks Digest, and I'm signing out. Peace.